Rehnan Overmiller, welcome to the My Tribe podcast.
Let's go. That's awesome, man.
So happy to have you in, man. It's such an honor, such a blessing. Thank you for joining us today.
Dude, Patrick has been a crazy time. It's been a great journey, and for the little bit of time that we've known each other has been awesome. I mean, me and you, I feel like vibed from the very beginning, straight from the truck, and still going strong, pushing each other, and just trying to make our dreams reality, you know. I think that's the coolest part about us right now. We're in that prime of growing and going through the struggle and going through the pain, and all we can do is go up from here, right?
Dude, amen. I look back, I'm like, man, when I'm gonna be looking back on this time in my life to be like, yo, remember when we were grinding it out and
Dude,
the gratitude that helps bring this moment into perspective. It certainly.
100%. 100%, man.
So
And it's been a blessing seeing you, just over this last year. I mean, you've grown. We both had different different scenarios go on. You went to oh, what was it? What was that? The gym you were at?
I was at D1 for a little bit when I
Yeah,
was there at
D1.
A
We
Wad
were
or
both we were both at Sweat for a little while.
yeah, Sweat 440 for a
You
little
know,
bit. Yeah.
tried to get you on the truck. I mean, there's been a crazy roller coaster, but it's been
Yeah,
great.
yeah. So that's so I wanted to bring you on. I know you're a very, motivated, you're very inspirational. You have a lot of people that you've affected their lives in a positive way. So I wanted to, just bring you on, go in a little bit about your journey. Like when did tell us a little bit about your life, man. How did this all come to be?
Oh, man. So 10 years ago, I decided I wanted to be a trainer. It's something I wanted to do. I was in college and I absolutely knew that I wanted to change people's lives. I wasn't the biggest, strongest guy in the group, but I knew that I could make a difference just as much as anybody else. And I knew that health and fitness was going to help people grow in their life and have healthier, longer lives for their kids and just for themselves. That was something that I determined and I decided that I was going to do. At that same time, I was not only going to school, but I was also a manager of two restaurants at the same time, all deciding to do this while I was going in to try to get my certification. So it was like a big whole deal. I quit serving and I went straight to training. I actually moved to Jackson, Mississippi when I was 21 and started working at a little YMCA. And it was a good time. I had some one-on-ones just here and there, just trying to grow it, trying to see what it was all about. So um, I think back then I was only doing like $25 an hour. Like, I thought I was a big deal back then. $25 an hour. So it was a cool deal. And then I ended up moving to Oklahoma about a year from there, and I started training at Four Star, which was such a great gym. I loved what they did. The guys there are rocking. I think he's on like his sixth gym now that he's owned, and just him and his couple partners that he has, they're doing awesome. And started really growing there, and uh, just loving things there. I was working at another gym there too. It's called Body Language. That was kind of where I really got the first start of my actual boot camps, and that's where I learned that I loved being in a big group environment, giving everybody their all, and just really being the motivation in that and taking it on as my floor.
Mm.
And then 2006, 17, I moved to Key West, and it was awesome, phenomenal. Worked at a gym down there. We trained on the beach. We had a great gym. Had 30 people in that boot camp almost every time. It was phenomenal. And then Hurricane Irma hit, and that's when everything kind of went south. So I've had these like big moments where I've had to just up and move, and not any reason because yes, it was a great opportunity, but it was still like I had to move. I didn't necessarily want to move. Um, so then during the Hurricane Irma, I got with the Frog. So Frog Fitness, awesome piece of machinery. Worked for them for 3 years, 2 or 3 years, and unfortunately the CEO passed away. But I was always in that fitness industry, staying in that fitness realm. Met a lot of amazing people: Michael Hearn, Clark Bartram, just different people that all throughout, because we got to go to California, we got to go to Florida, we got to go all over, just showing the Frog, and made a lot of connections up in Kansas. I had like 12 schools using the Frog. It was phenomenal. So that's whenever I really got a passion for working with young athletes. Young athletes was it inspired me that they were looking at me being inspired, and it was such a phenomenal feeling, being able to coach them and help them through their journey as young athletes. So CEO passed away. Um, actually was in the cannabis industry for 3 years. So that was a very unique experience. Parents decided to open up a dispensary. We had our own little compound. We had a whole alley that like we did like like events, and then we had a grill, we had the dispensary, we had all kinds of stuff. But still in that meantime, I was coaching, I was training, and then I decided, what can I do to bring fitness into the cannabis world? So I actually created a um, a boot camp for the cannabis industry, and that was kind of my first, like, all right, I'm doing this on my own, I'm gonna figure it out, this is what I'm doing. And that was, we called it highly fit.
Highly fit. Okay.
uh, and then we went. Then things didn't really go after COVID. COVID was really a tough time for us. So that's whenever Emma and I actually got married, and we decided that we were gonna try something new, try something, just see what's out there. If we could go anywhere in the world, where would we go? And found this great opportunity with AWatt, the fitness truck, and we had a great experience. We had something going there. The coaches, or I mean, the group that we made, and you were a part of that too. Like that core group, uh, those are lifelong friends, and they were so great. Great things were happening. Things kind of went south again, and I quickly ran and started working at UFit. They didn't have a boot camp. I had people and I needed a place to go. So I basically created a boot camp at UFit that was popping. I mean, we had 30 people going strong in there, and I
Mhm.
was just grinding, trying to make that happen. And it's like one thing after another. So I had another opportunity at Sweat. Uh, I was kind of like, I was playing both those fences because I was kind of going back and forth. Things were promised, and just didn't happen the way it happened. And so then I ended up moving to Tampa, and now I'm here, uh, still helping my buddy because he does have a gym here, and so I'm working with him, trying to help him build his. But I'm also building my brand and building everything that I've took in that 10 years of experience to create something out of nothing, but still having the same morals and same everything of what I started with, was I wanted to change lives no matter what it was. And I met so many amazing people over that 10 years that I've changed over those experiences. I've had so many clients, so many amazing people who I've just been able to see their journey and see where they're at. And that's what it's all about. And my saying has always been changing lives one rep at a time. It's one step in front of the other, one moment, one little push. It doesn't matter if you're the biggest, the strongest, the whatever it may be, as long as you're taking that step forward into a healthier life. We're gonna have setbacks, we're gonna have the fails, we're gonna have the struggles, because I'm going through those. We're all going through those struggles, and taking those little steps moment by moment every single day is what's going to change those lives and change your life forever. And so that's where I'm at. I mean, we caught up to the 10-year mark. just started my merch brand for the fitness industry. Got programs going on, online programs going on. I've got 90-day manifestation journals going on. This year I became a master certified trainer,
Mhm.
which has been 10 years in the works. That's been a crazy journey. Um, I mean, there's so much going on, and on top of that, I'm also a graphic designer, and I also do marketing. So while I'm over here, I got hands here, I've got hands here too. So that's a whole nother entity in itself. So
Wow.
it's been a roller coaster, but it's all making me up to this point, which was I decided that as much effort and much energy as I put into all of these other businesses and all these other companies, why can't I turn that energy and put it into myself?
Mm.
And so that has been my journey for this year and next year, is to take what I have, take that knowledge, because I'm really good at making everyone else look really good.
Mm.
Now I need to be able to make myself look good, because I was never I might have been a little bit of the face for these things, but it was never my company. It was never what I did to do this, and now it's my turn. And
Mhm.
that's going into, I guess I'm turning 30 in March. So going into my 30s, it's 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 going to be a wild ride too. So this whole 10 years was just like a training all the way up to this point, you know.
Amazing, man. I see all your certs back there. They prepared you for the man that you are now, going into
Dude,
30. What's up?
yeah.
What's the name of the brand?
So it's Arrow's Fitness. So it's an arrow. My pillars are, changing lives one rep at a time, mind, body, and soul. It's, you gotta get your mind right, get your body right, and get your soul, get your life, everything focused on one journey. It's taking those steps. So Arrows Fitness, Avery Rehnan Overmiller. Everybody always tries to figure out what the arrow stands for. Nothing too crazy, but
Okay.
Arrows Fitness. It's what started it. It's what's here. The logo has changed a little bit, which it's because I've become a better designer, so I'm able to design my own logo the way I wanted it to be. And then I've got different sayings, different shirts, different sweatshirts, hoodies, and stuff that I've already got going out. I mean, I launched this brand. Let's see, I think it's been four weeks now, right before Thanksgiving, not too much longer. And I mean, I've already sold 16 shirts, and I was blown away. Just having those people who do believe in me and do trust. Like, I had my very first client who has supported me since day one. She's been my best friend since high school, and she was the first one. She bought, I think, six of them right up, and it makes you so thankful and proud to have those people that have actually been watching you and been seeing you and supporting you this entire way, because those are the people that matter, and those are the reasons why you keep doing it. It's like, if you don't get the views, you don't get the comments, you don't get, it doesn't matter. It matters to those people. It, we're always wanting more. We're always wanting that next more. We need more views. We need more this. We need more that. Well, no, look at what we have. Look at the greatness that we're impacting in the lives that we're impacting now. Because I look back and I try to stay in connection with every single one of my clients, even all the way back from the very beginning, just to say, hey, I'm here. Just I'm here, because those are the people's that lives that you've changed, and those are the people that will support you all the way till the end. So that's been kind of the crazy process. But
Mhm. Wow, man. It's amazing how you know, again, the short time I know you, you truly embody that one rep at a time. I mean, just going through your journey of like, all right, I'm going, I got 30 people in a boot camp, hurricane, bam. I'm building this up, bam, doesn't work out. I mean, how do you find the resilience to keep going?
I, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I know that I have a purpose in this short amount of time on Earth that we have, and my journey and my goal is to impact as many lives as I can. So no matter whenever we fail and no matter when life gets hard, you keep that in your mind and you keep pushing that, okay, well, I've done it before, I can do it again. Done it before, I can do it again. Because I've done it. I've proven myself for the last 10 years out of one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight failures have at least had 30 to 40 people in every single boot camp that I've started. So
Failures.
yeah, yeah. And it's like it's not failures because of them. And I think that's the biggest thing is it's always so hard for me. That's the hardest part is walking away and saying that I have to go do something else. I have to go this way because I feel like I'm failing them, but in reality it's much bigger, you know. And so yes, I'm always still going to be there for them. I'm always still going to be their coach. I'm always still going to be that person. If they need someone just to lift them up and motivate them, that's who I'm going to be. But I still have to go because my journey's not over. So moving on and knowing that there's something better and there's something getting there, taking those steps, that's what pushes me, you know. And thank God it has, because he's the one that has pushed me. All right, you know what? Go to the next one. You know what? Go to the next one, because no matter where you're at in life, if you can impact one person a day, just one person, you've done it, you know. And whether that's making them smile, whether that's making them feel good, hey, like your shoes, hey, like your shirt, like that's why it's like I want this merch to go out, because I have these sayings on the back of them and in front of them, that's not just to impact the people that are owning them, but it's to impact those around them, to make them remember to never give up, to don't quit, keep going. You know, what's the other one? I've got no excuses. Like whenever you are in those zones and you're focusing and working out, and you're, if you see that, all right, well maybe I need to keep going. You know, no excuses. Like let's that's the impact, is now I'm taking this and I want this to go out into the world, because now it can impact more people even out there. And so that's something that has put it into my heart, that as long as I can impact one person a day, I've done my job. And I think that's what keeps me going.
How did you intentionally do that?
It strong will, you know. It's it you know, I've fought through the depression, I've fought through the heartache, I've fought through the sadness, and you know, you overcome it, you know, and you pray a lot and you have faith and you believe that it's going to happen. And whenever you do that and you know that he's going to provide, it'll happen, you know. And the thing is we stress and we lack and we have the, oh well, I don't have this yet, I don't have this, I don't have, okay, well, yet is your thing. Yet you keep going, you keep grinding, and that's ultimately going to be the goal. I've already been grinding for this 10 years. One of these years is going to pay off, you know. And your life can change in one day. You can meet somebody in one day and your life can completely change. And so every day you have to wake up. How's my life going to be different today? How's my life going to change today? And that's not easy. That's easy to say, but that is the ultimate purpose and the ultimate guide to get you to that next step. You constantly say, I got this. I'm going to have a great day. You start saying those affirmations, having the right words to come into your mind and being able to speak loud and proud that you got this. That is what's going to get you through every single moment.
Mm,
And manifest that, you know.
yeah. I recently, just first thing in the morning, very important in terms of like the first thing that I listen to. I always try to be very cautious the first input I let in. And
Mm-hmm.
it's been, affirmations and positive affirmations recently. Is there anything that you've established as a habit or something of that nature?
um I mean, usually, so I mean, I drive 30 minutes to work when I'm going to coach. So it's like, and especially those early mornings, like those early mornings are so rough for me as a coach. It's like, you know, we all have to get up there at 5:30 in the morning. And to me, I'm like, how am I going to get through this? How am I going to give that energy to all those people when I don't even have the energy? And I think definitely listening to podcasts and listening to manifestations on your way to work. It's like stop listening to music, stop listening. No, get your mind right before you go in and let that coach, that coaching remote click as soon as you hit that floor. And that's really what it is, because if I didn't have that mindset going in, then I wouldn't be able to give that energy to those people, because like when I'm on the floor, and maybe I'm maybe all coaches like this, I don't know, but when I'm on the floor, I'm literally trying to give my energy to people and let them feel that they can do this and be strong and loved. Because as soon as I get done, I feel like I burnt the sweat. You know what I mean? Because I'm just pushing it to them, and I don't think coaches get enough credit for that. But
Yeah,
that
that was
you
the
know
first
that
thing I noticed when I first, started working out with the AWOT. And who was the guy up north? What was his name?
Jeffrey.
Puffer. He's like, oh yeah, go over here and go work out with Rehnan, and he'll get you a good pump. And I went there, and it was kind of like 5:30 in the morning. It was real
Yeah.
quiet. Then the music's going, and then you get going, and then you brought that energy to the class. I was like, oh, all right. And then I wanted to bring it, and then
Yes.
you start giving a little more, then they start giving a little more, and
Yeah.
it was a really special experience that I got to receive the coaching and that energy from you. So
Yeah.
thank you for that.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. And that's what I want to instill too in the other coaches, because that's why I enjoyed whenever you would come and you'd come work out, because when I did see that I was giving you that energy, you were popping it off, and it's like, all right, cool. Somebody's working out, giving that same energy. That's what I need. And that's why I thought, like, man, this would have been so perfect to have you as one of my coaches. I was like, we would have just been the awesome duo.
Yeah,
But things don't always work out, but we're here now, and we keep going, and when life comes, we're still going to be connected, whatever that may be.
I wouldn't definitely wouldn't rule it out altogether, but it's amazing because I feed off of other people's energies. And when people are
Mhm.
dialing it up, I'm like, let's go, I'm gonna go crazier.
Mhm.
And then it just
Mhm.
raises the
Mhm.
bar for everybody. It's a pretty, amazing experience. And sometimes I'll do that with other coaches, and they're like, they sink into their shell a little bit. And
Yeah.
eventually they're like, all right, this guy's not a total psychopath. Let me open up. And I'm
Yeah.
actually seeing that a little bit. I have a coach I work with, and she's getting into, I'm a goofball. I want to sing and I want to dance with
Yes.
somebody.
Yes.
And
Yes.
when we started coach, she was like hiding a little bit. Now she's the one like going
Yeah.
after it. I'm like, yes, give me that.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. Yes. And
But
I mean, me and you, we got to coach a couple times together at Sweat, and that energy was just banging. I mean,
mhm.
everybody was going. It was those were some of the great times, because I mean, I don't know. When I go on any floor, I own that floor. Like that's me. That's who I am. I don't let anybody intimidate me. Like I'm a whole different person in reality, because at home I'm more of an introvert. I'm more of stay at home, kind of just chill and stuff. But when I'm on that floor, I'm the extrovert that nobody, like, what is going on with this dude? This dude is singing. This dude is having what kind of energy do you have today? I get that all the time, and some of those other coaches are kind of are intimidated by that,
Mhm.
and I've noticed that too. Like they'll shut down, and I'm going to have to give those guys the energy too. Like, come on, let's go. Like, let's have some fun with it.
Mhm.
And that's something I really love to do. And I think if anything, I wish I could coach other coaches how to be great coaches. Because that is something that people really need at their gyms and their locations, and it's hard to be a coach and to have that energy and have that positivity all the time, because I don't have it all the time.
Mhm.
But I work for it, and I strive for it, because I know there's an end goal and there's a better goal than the current situations that I'm in right now. There's always something better, and again, that's taking those steps. That's taking one rep at a time, and it it's something that definitely is in, like whenever you came on board, and I think even at the beginning you were kind of a little, what do I do? What do I,
Oh
and it's
yeah.
like, no, it's like, let's go, like let's have some fun with it. And that's been awesome. I've got to do that over the couple of years too, that seeing that I have an impact in not just my people, but my coaches as well. So I got to do that a little bit in QS. I got to do that a little bit here and at UFit. I mean, there's a lot of coaches that still, reach out to me and just say thank you. And those are the moments. Those are the awesome moments of why you become a trainer. And it's not for everybody. It's not easy. It's not the pay. It's obviously not the pay, but it's what you're doing that makes the difference in the world.
Mhm. Yeah, it really does. When you get that text of like, hey, I reached this goal, or I was able to manage this situation with my daughters a little bit better because of my mental well-being is there, because my physical fitness is there. That's for me, that's what it all boils down to, what it goes
Yeah.
back to.
Just loving people, man. Like
Mhm.
just the love that we can give to people because we genuinely care. We genuinely want to see people succeed and give them life and give them purpose. And that is something that I think a lot of people lack on. And that kind of sucks because if we would just love more and just genuinely care more, this whole world would be a better place. And that's ultimately what I want to do. It's just to love on people and show that there is people out there that want to see them succeed, no matter what it is, whether it's fitness, whether it's just getting their next job or whatever it may be. It's just love people.
Mm, I love that. I love that bit of advice there. Now, going to that, if we could go back 10 years to 19-year-old Rehnan, what
Yeah.
would the advice be to that young man?
Hmm. The advice would probably be, man, that's a hard question because there's so much that you can say. I mean, just I think when I was 19 years old, I still didn't know what I wanted to do. And I think that was like even when I went to college, I was undecided for like 2 years because I was like, I don't know what I want to do. I'm just get stuff done. And I think that's a part of it is like we might not know what life has ahead of us, but keep that journey, take those steps, and have faith because if you don't have it, you're just going to get into a dark depression. You're just going to get into, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. What's my purpose? Why am I here? What am I doing? And I think I was definitely at that point. I had a very hard struggle. I had a very hard depression. I was struggling. And to get out of that, I knew that I needed to switch that mindset and back give back the energy that I knew that I had so I can give that to people. And when I'm making people feel amazing and I'm making them work harder than what they thought they could and pushing just a little harder, that gives me so much joy and passion because that's my energy is when I can see you, oh, I can't do that. Yeah, you can. Let's see you. Let's try it. Like,
Mhm.
let's do it because that's where I was at. Is I didn't know where I was at. I didn't know what I was gonna do, and I didn't know if I wanted to try anything. I was fine with being a server. I was fine because I was good at it. But I knew that I was good at it because I was good with people. I love people, and so I would always get the good tips and the good management stuff because I was just good with people. I love people. And so taking that and putting that into the fitness realm, it's I wish I would have started earlier, honestly. I wish at 18 I was hitting the gym. I did sports, I did all that kind of stuff, but I was not hitting the gym. I wasn't doing what I wanted to do. And I just was in a funk, and that has been something that I've looked back on, and it could have been like because my dad wasn't there all the time, and so that was a big struggle, and parents split up for a little bit, and that was a hard time, and so there's a lot of stuff going on in high school. So, but the biggest thing is I think I would tell myself just keep going, because having that faith, pushing through it just a little bit more, that could be your next day. That could be your next step. One day can change your life. That is the only thing that I keep pushing into my brain is one day. One person can change your life. One day can change your life. Whether you're having a funk or you're having a depression or if you go and smile at somebody and they smile back, do you know how good that feels?
Mhm.
It's like that person might remember, man, that person had a good smile. And they might remember it all day, and they might just get a high off of, I feel good because I got a smile back, having that reaction. Who knows? But definitely just having the faith and taking those steps, because that's where I'm at today. I'm still going through that. There's gonna be a 10-year after this, and coming back to this position right here, I'm gonna look back and be like, where are you at? Like, why didn't you take this step earlier?
Mm.
But it's all a grind, and it's all faith and just believing and trusting in yourself. And we all lack that. We all lack just trusting in ourselves and having faith that we have the ability and we have the greatness in us to do anything that we want to do. We just have to do it. We're in a world that is dark and controlled and very you do it this way and no other way. And whenever we decide that we want to do things on our own and we want to go the other way, life gets a little harder in the meantime. But once we get through that stepping stone and we push through, greatness is all ahead of us.
How do you know that for sure?
Faith,
Mm.
trusting, knowing. It's gonna be hard. Nothing in life is is easy. And especially if it's something that we're deciding that we want to do on our own. Nothing in life is easy, because if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. Everybody would be getting whatever they wanted. Everybody would have mansions. Everybody would have no. It's guaranteed. You take those steps and you push through and you grind just a little bit, you're gonna get there. And manifest it,
Mm.
claim it. That's the whole thing. Claim what you want. You will
What
attract
does
it.
that mean to you? Because I've had a number of guests talking about that, and what does that look like for you?
You want $10,000 a month? That's your goal? Is that something you want?
It's a nice goal. Yeah.
$10,000 a month in my bank account every day. I have $10,000 manifesting into my bank account every single day. I have an amazing life. I have a flourishing life. I have a beautiful wife. Even if you don't have one yet, I have a beautiful wife coming to me. I have these goals. I have this stuff. You attract whatever you want. Everything that you have gained up, even negative or positive, that is what you've attracted. Even if it's negative, you probably attracted it. Well, I didn't get this word this month. I didn't get this. Okay, well, you're attracting what you're wanting. You are going down a deep end. And once you start saying, no matter what, and having that faith, I got this. I got $100,000 coming to my bank account right now. I got $500 coming to me by the end of the week. I got to pay my rent. I got $2,000 coming this month. I know it's coming. My bank will always be thriving. It's money attracts to me. That's the biggest thing. We always need the money. We need money to do things. We need money to get things. We need money. Money is a big deal, but it's whenever we take the money and we want it to be like our God. Whenever you make money your priority, that's not the thing. No, we just want the money so that way we can do the things that we need to do to get ahead. And once you're attracting that, money comes easy. Boom. I did this. All right, I only need to make $50. All right, what can I do to make $50 right now? I can go cut out a cool logo or go do a logo really quick. Boom, here you go, $100. All
Mhm.
right, well, I just doubled my income or doubled what I wanted. It's all in decisions, and it's all in how you are going to attract it. You can literally, I got money coming to me. I boom, next day you might get a check for $10,000. You don't know. Again, that's the steps. You don't know where it's coming from, but if you have faith and you trust that God is going to provide no matter what, that is going to come through.
Mm.
And wherever you may do it, and it's all in your decision where that's going, but as long as you keep that mindset and you keep those goals and you keep positive and you keep that environment, keep your environment positive, positive things will happen. It has to. It has to. Negative things, negative things will happen. You keep pushing, you keep saying, you keep doing, you keep putting all those things off to the side, and oh well, I didn't get it this day. No, I didn't get it. You keep going to that mope inside, you're gonna keep going down that rabbit hole. But you keep going positive and you keep looking and you keep trying to find different ways that you can succeed. Great things will happen. I decided that I wanted to be a personal trainer 10 years ago, and now I'm a master certified trainer in 10 years.
Wow.
Like I knew I wanted to do that. I knew as soon as I hit that button for the personal trainer and I saw master trainer, I said, I want to do that. I want to be the best trainer that I can be, and I want to get that master certification. I claimed that 10 years ago. Make goals, make sheets, write it down. Whenever, like, if look, I've got a
We got
whole
a couple of billboards
station.
over there. Mm.
Like that is my goals and my sheets that I have to write down, because those are things that I'm striving for every single day.
Mm.
And making categories and making them with my wife, and knowing what we want to do, and having those journeys. Like that's hard to do when you got two people, you know. It's
Mm-hmm.
not as hard whenever you are by yourself, but it can be stronger if both of your heads are on the same level and you're both believing that we're going to do this no matter what the struggles that we go through. All right, well, maybe we will, cancel something, or what we're putting money towards going out to eat. Like, no, we'll eat at home. We can cook. We know how to cook. Like, there's small things that you can do to make the things that you want. It's all about choices, you know.
Mm-hmm. How have you found that balance between, I guess, your dreams and then your dreams?
So the way I did it, and my mom kind of helped create this, and it's such a great idea because you basically start with a bubble. And then you start off with a web, right? So you have a bubble. How much you want to make? How much you want to make? You
150
personally.
grand.
Okay, 150 grand. Boom. All right. One web, circle it, and you say, all right, Jim, this is bringing in this much profit. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You do another web and you circle it. So say, like, if you did shirts, all right, my t-shirts, boom, this is what it's going to do. This is what it's going to take. This is how much profit I want to get. Boom, this one. And then so you basically create a vision board, and that's how your vision board starts. Then you can go over to the side. Then you can bring your vision boards together. What do we want to do together? So we want to travel. We want to make money together. We want to be able to Emma wants chickens. So she wants to have her own chickens. And okay, well, how much is that going to cost? Boom. This is what you do. And then she creates her own vision board. So she creates, okay, what does she want to do? What does she want to have to, okay? Then you merge them together, and then you start doing those things together, because now you have a dream. Now you have a vision. Now you have something that you can look forward to, and you put it up on your wall, and you put it up on so you can see it every day, because that's something that you are able to manifest. Oh, you want a Jeep Gladiator, or you want a whatever, a Bronco, you want, okay, put it up on the list. How is it going to get there? What are you going to do to get there? All right, this might be a little bit longer goal, but eventually you'll take those steps, because this branch over here is going to make money. This branch over here is going to make money. So that way I can eventually get to what I want for my dream car. Those are the kind of visions that I've taken personally to try to get into the right. Because if you don't have a vision and you don't have a goal, what do you have? You're just going through the motions. You're in neutral. And so by taking those steps and those actions, it took a while, but guess what? Those branches are always getting bigger, and there's always some that you're working on. those you can highlight. Hey, I'm working on this now. I'm finally here. I can highlight this one. I'm finally doing this one, even
Mhm.
if it's a long-term goal. Like I think one of the coolest things that I've come into fruition of eventually 10, 20 years down the road, I don't know. I want to have a fitness retreat, but it's a fitness and health retreat where you can actually have it's going to be a place where it's kind of secluded from life, and somewhere you can go and meditate, and you can be fit and you can be healthy. We'll teach you how to make cooking. I mean, there's a big deal that I've kind of it's a big dream, but it would be something that I would ultimately love to do. And so that's on my vision board. It
Mhm.
might take me a little while. My branch is a little further out there, but I can eventually I'll be able to highlight it and say, and then sometimes those branches might exit. You might have a different vision, because the more steps that we take in along the journey, we we might have a different one. God might give us something completely different on our minds to change our life completely. And again, that's the whole step. One day, every day has to be what's gonna happen today that's gonna change my life forever. And that our vision, our goals can always change. Once we have kids, my whole vision might completely change a little bit. But I don't know yet. But I know what I want now. And you strive for what you want now, and you manifest the things that you need now to be able to set that up. I have it on my branch that eventually I want kids. It's not on there the what I want, but I don't know how much they're going to cost, but they're going to cost a little bit, but I want to make the money now so that way I can put that towards that, and I want to be working towards things so that way I can eventually send them off and do whatever they need to do later on. It's your purpose, it's your vision. And again, we only have this much time on this earth. It's We could be gone tomorrow, but wouldn't you rather be excited and thrilled and having a vision and something going than to be going down a depression and rabbit hole, and then the next day you're gone? Like that's the whole thing. It's We're growing. we're aging way too fast. I mean, this year has gone by way too fast. And you think about that, because it was just what, last year, this year we were doing AWOT. We were having fun, we were doing great stuff, and
Mhm.
it's been a whole year. Like,
Yeah.
it what happened, and when we think about that, it just flashes by. My 10 years, I still remember when I said I wanted to be a trainer, and I clicked that checkout button and got it. Focusing on the matter at hand, which is your purpose, your goal, your driven. We're not meant to work a 9 to 5 and just get paid and just go through life and be in neutral. There has to be a purpose. We all have special gifts, we all have special abilities. Why can't we take those and put them into ourselves and make something amazing?
Mm.
And not, again, not everybody has that mentality, because my wife is that way. She loves the 9 to 5. That's what she likes to do. But she's also very supportive of what I'm doing. And so having that balance is great. Having somebody to support you and push you and say, you could do this. That'd be easy for you. It's having that support to be able to do that, and to be able to eventually be like, Emma, you don't have to work anymore. I got this. That's my ultimate goal. That would be the coolest thing ever, is to, you don't got to work. I got it. We got enough. We're good. Like, that is something I strive for every day. Now having a second person has pushed me harder to want to do more of my own stuff. And again, not everybody is going to be able to have that significant other, but they can be manifesting that person. They can be dreaming about that person, exactly what they want and exactly who they want. The same thing with that vision. You want a blonde, blue-eyed girl, tall, fit, what? Then attract her into your life, manifest her into your life. It's You want her to have your values and your same things that you like to do. Stop going towards the negative ones that you're attracting. Go for those positive ones that you want, and that you want. Yeah, you want the fun, but they can be just as fun too. So
Mhm.
it's all about choices and our life decisions and our walk, our one rep at a time.
one rep at a time. Wow. That's it's truly beautiful. Really beautiful, man. I have a question I'd like to wrap up on.
Yeah.
You know, when your time is over here, and you know where we're at the funeral of Rehnan Overmiller, what do you want to be said? How do you want to be remembered?
I think that the biggest thing is the dude always loved. He truly, genuinely cared about people, cared about me, cared about everything of what we were doing, and his integrity was always there, and his faith, his trust in God was always there. His love for people, and I think if I just made an impact in every single person that was there just one time, that's all that would matter. If you can remember one single moment that made your day better, or made you want to be a little bit better that day, or made you want to smile that day, made you just anything that gave that little bit of Brennan did that, you know, and that's all I could ask for, and I truly believe that I hope to believe that I have every single person that I've come in contact with, I've had at least one of those moments with. you know I think back at I was at UFIT, and we had a client there, and he was a pretty big boy. I mean, he was big boy, and he lost in only the few months that I was there. He was coming to my class every day, hit it every single time. That dude lost over 200 pounds in that little bit of time. He was eating right. He was looking good. And, he just comes in with the biggest smile on his face. And he just goes, "Thank you, Mr. Rehnan. Thank you, Mr. Rehnan." And I strive for those days, even whenever it was just me and him. He was there. No matter what class, he was going to be there.
Wow.
And he didn't make much. He wasn't anything that he knew he wanted to change for his wife and his daughters. He knew he needed to change, and every single time he'd come in with the biggest smile on his face, and you knew that dude just loved life.
Mm.
And that I still think about him all the time, and because it's like there's no one who was that genuinely just biggest smile, just a big teddy bear, just loving life. And the thank you every single time. It's all because of you. It's all because of you. I can just remember him always saying that, and I'm like, dude, no, it's you. It's you. You're doing it. I'm not doing anything. I'm just telling you keep going. But it's those moments, and I hope that I hope there's those moments for everybody.
Mhm. Wow, that's that's a profound impact you've had on that individual, and I'm sure many others. I'm very blessed to have, a bit of that impact in terms of the coaching, and even when you were coaching me as a client when I was working out, and then coaching as a coach, and it was just definitely hit a couple of those notches along the way, man. That's pretty amazing. So I just any last words?
Man, it's been a pleasure. Like I haven't talked this much in about myself, and I can't even tell you how long. But it's a pleasure. I love what you're doing. I love seeing what you're doing, and again, it's like if you don't get a lot of views, if you don't get a lot of things, don't worry. Keep going, take that step, and if you're struggling with anything, I'm always here for you. And having those moments to that I kind of put in there is manifest what you want, man. And you want more views, you want more things, okay, keep grinding and keep going, don't stop. Find those people who are going to make an impact in your life, and it's going to change your life forever, because you don't know where this thing's going to go. You don't know where this podcast is going to go, but you're doing it and you're taking the step to do it. And that's what ultimately is our goal, man, is how are we going to impact people? And you impact me all the time. I mean, I see your stuff too. I'm watching you, and just having those moments they're quick moments, but it always keeps me thinking. It always keeps me in my mind too, because we need that. We need to feed off of each other. You need good people surrounding you, because the people that you surround yourself with, that's where you're going to be for the rest of your life. And sometimes we have to step away from the people that are toxic. Unfortunately, we
Mm-hmm.
don't want to. We love them, but we can love them from a distance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's
Thanks, man. That means the world to me, bro. Just any bit of support, and that's it wouldn't be here without my wonderful guests dedicating their time and energy and bringing it. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you, man.
of course, I appreciate you all the time.
Yeah.
So it's
Well,
been a
on
pleasure.
that note, man, thank you so much.